Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem. Last time we beat Lynn's hard mode, and this time we get to choose what we're doing next. And you know what? I was thinking about it, and I have come to the conclusion that I am going to say, balls to the motherfucking wall, we're doing Eliwood Hard Mode. Here ends Lynn's story. Would you like to save your progress? Fuck yeah. Now, would you like to continue playing? No, because I want to show off records. As of Chapter 11, Eliwood becomes the story's main character. Edward's role will be to act as tactician agent in the group, helping Eliwood fulfill the chapter goals and find his way to the end of the game. Start your first campaign with Eliwood, then meet his friend Hector in Chapter 12. Who knows, you might even meet Lynn again. If any of these three is defeated, your game is over. I like how they freaking spoil that you're just going to find Lynn again, because they're like, who knows, you might even meet Lynn, and then they say, well, if she dies, your game's going to be over. Yeah. However, a defeated unit can never take part in combat again, so be careful. They basically just give you the warning there. So I wanted to come back to this, like, the menu, go to Extras, and go to Battle History. And this is where you see rankings. So I just kind of want to see how I did for, this is, like, just not good stuff. Lynn's hard mode, I got an A rank. Oh my fucking god. I was, like, 1 star in tactics away from an S rank. I can't believe that. I've never done that well in ranking for this game, ever. I thought that, like, using Sarah's staff was going to drain my funds a lot, but I guess not. So, anyway, yeah, so I've never played Eliwood's hard mode. I have played Hector's hard mode before, but not on this, like, ROM that I'm using, basically. I do own the game, I have it somewhere, but this is just what I'm playing to record it with. So, yeah, I have never in my life played Eliwood's hard mode before. And from what I hear, it's definitely easier than Hector's hard mode. Now, if you're playing hard mode, you'll see that the, like, the border around the chapters will be flashing a little bit. This is, Hector's mode here, and you can see that it's kind of gray for Hector, blue for Eliwood, and the flashing indicates that we're on hard mode. So 1 year later, man, I can't believe I'm doing this. This is going to be crazy, because I'm going to have to, like, actually, like, think about supports, and it's going to be a lot harder. Like, units will get less experience in hard mode, basically, and also, there will be more enemies, different kinds of enemies, like, you'll see more Pegasus Knights as enemies and stuff like that. Anyway, once, dragon fought man in a war called the Scoring. Mankind vanquished the dragons thanks to the efforts of the 8 heroes. So this is kind of like the lore of the game, I guess you could say. These 8 mighty generals brought peace to Alive. The continent was divided into nations, and the people enjoyed an easy prosperity. Now, if you've played Fire Emblem 6, you know all about this, but you probably haven't because that game was only released in Japan. The hero Hartmut settled in the east and founded Bern, famed for its military might. Saint Elimine moved west, and her sacred name flourished among the artisans of Etruria, which is famous for, like, magic users and whatnot. Each one of these 8 heroes uses a different weapon, by the way. With the exception of Hartmut, who's kind of, like, doubles up the other role. But, like, so Hartmut was, like, a hero, I guess, and St. Elimine was a bishop. The horseman Hanan's legacy lived on with the nomads in his beloved plains of Saka, so he's, like, a nomadic trooper, which is a promoted nomad. The birthplace of the knight Berrigan is now home to the renowned Knights of Ilia. So Berrigan is either like a Falco Knight, which is a promoted Pegasus Knight, or something. The Berserker Durben's final glory was to create a warriors clan in the Western Isles. We haven't come across any Berserkers yet, but they're promoted pirates or bandits. Which you actually, you can't play as any bandits in this game. There actually is a playable bandit in the previous Fire Emblem, but not in this game. The Archsage Athos is said to have retired to the barren wasteland of Nevada. So he's like a sage, basically. The heirs of the champion Roland themselves became the lords of the Lycian League. So Roland is like a hero or a knight or something like that. Alive has enjoyed a peace that spans 980 years. How much longer can this peace stand before its foundations begin to crumble? There's a small little region over there. Deep within the Lycian League lies Foray, a land that has known no conflict for many generations, but which now finds itself touched by a shadow of unease. Its beloved and benevolent ruler, Lord Elbert, has mysteriously vanished. Gosh, I guess red hair is a dominant gene in this universe, because you have Elbert, and then you have Eliwood, and then you have Roy, and they are all redheads, as have a number of his sworn men, loyal knights who've served at his side. A month has passed without word from the Marquess. Rumors of his death abound. However, the Marquess's son believes his father lives, and he has vowed to find him. Marquess Frey's son, Eliwood, a red-haired youth who will one day become the finest knight in all of Lycia. His long journey begins here. Oh shit, I need to look up all the characters' growth rates and stuff like that. So I'm gonna like find a good place to pause, probably like right as the chapter starts, and then I'll look that up and then I'll report back, because we got a whole bunch of new characters we gotta talk about. So this is an Eliwood only chapter. Hector has a different chapter 11. Lord Eliwood, we leave on your word. So this guy is Marcus, and he was also in the previous Fire Emblem game. Some characters are in both, actually. Is like younger versions of themselves in this game, because this game takes place 20 years before. I see. Thank you, Marcus. Oh, and a bishop. His mom is a bishop, apparently. Mother, it's time for us to go. Eliwood, promise that you will return to me safely. I'm worried about your father, but if anything were to happen to you, my heart could not bear that sorrow. I know, Mother. Please do not worry. Father is alive. I know it. I vow that I will find him and return him to your side. I have your word, then. Yes, of course. Isadora, I entrust my mother to you in my absence. Yes, my lord, I will guard over her well. Mother, I will return. Rest easy. So Isadora is actually a playable character. She will return way later in the game, but you do get to use her. Well, Marcus, it looks like it's just the two of us. Not so, my lord. My man Lowen will be traveling with us. Lowen? That's reassuring. I've sent him ahead to the village. He hopes to seek out a few able men who are skilled in arms. Normally I wouldn't venture forth without a larger company, but I bow to your will on this matter, Lord Eliwood. I'm sorry, Marcus, but I would rather not deprive my mother of even a single guard. The best knights in the realm disappeared with my father. If anything were to happen to my mother while I'm gone, I understand, my lord. Humph, what's keeping Lowen? I freaking love this guy, too. Well, that's not Lowen, and he's definitely not a good guy. We've heard all the Knights of Frey have vanished, right? Well, your misfortune is my good luck. I have an announcement to make. As of now, this village is mine. Grozny is your new liege. Now, bring every last piece of gold down to the smallest fleck. Grozny. Well, that looks like a Cavalier. And he's got someone with him, too. Lord Eliwood, Commander Marcus, I freaking love Lowen so much. With, like, you can't fucking see his eyes because his hair's covering them. Lowen, calm yourself. A knight must be in control at all times. The village is under attack. It's bandits. What? Bandits? Here? Are you sure, Lowen? This girl has more details. And now we meet another character. My Lord Eliwood? I'm the daughter of the village magistrate. My name's Rebecca. The bandits came without warning. They're stealing everything. I beg you, please help us. Rebecca's pretty cute, you know, for a 15-year-old girl. I see. Marcus, Lowen, we must aid the village. Yes, my lord. Rebecca, stay here and keep out of sight. If it will please you, my lord, I would rather fight. I hunt almost every day, and I have some skill with a bow. Is that so? Very well, but be careful. Yes, my lord. Alright, so we got a little company here to fight some bandits. Lord Eliwood, one more thing. There's another in the village who has offered to help. A traveling tactician who was staying at the inn. A tactician? That's me! Yes, that's me! I'm here! I'm with you! Yeah! Awesome. Edward. Do you know this person, my lord? Yes, I met Edward during the trouble in Salem last year. A fantastic military advisor, if memory serves. If not for Edward, the Marquess of Salem and his granddaughter, Lynn, might not have survived Lundgren's uprising. What brings you to Frey, my friend? ... This is like freaking Dora the Explorer, when Dora, like, turns to talk to the kids, and then, like, just waits in silence for a couple of seconds. Ha, still traveling about, honing your skills? Of course, a worthy pursuit. Let's give thanks to Providence for our chance reunion. We have need of your aid. Please lend us your skill. Alright. So as you can see here, there's... Ooh, man, look at all those guys coming out of nowhere. Oh, that's a lot more guys. Okay, so I think that these guys aren't in normal mode. Because I've never... This is basically blind. Well, it's not blind because I know the game really well, but this particular mode is blind. So... the best way to go about this, and now this is where supports can start to come in, and some of them will be very helpful, so I should probably talk about that a little bit, but actually, before I do anything, I'm going to go to options, I'm going to turn animations, I'm going to keep them on for this battle so you can see, like, new character sprites. Basically, I'm just going to let you see new character sprites, and all of the other animations will be turned off. But anyway, I'm going to pause for a second, look up the growth rates of the new characters, and then I'm going to be right back, so I will see you in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. So let's talk about growths in these characters for a little bit. Eliwood has 80% HP, 45% strength, 50% skill, 40% speed, 45% luck, 30% defense, 35% resistance. Eliwood is very... Oh, I'm used to playing... Okay, because Marcus starts with different items in Hector's mode than he does in Eliwood mode. So in Eliwood mode he has Steel Sword and Steel Lance. In Hector mode he actually has an Iron Sword and a Silver Lance. So keep that in mind. And as you can see, Marcus is a Paladin, but actually I want to talk about Eliwood for a second. Now Eliwood is is not actually... a lot of people will say that Eliwood is the worst lord, and I would disagree. I actually really like Eliwood. I have had really, really amazing Eliwoods in my life. He's very much like a Mario kind of all-around character. Like, Lyn is built like a swordmaster, and Hector is built like a general. Eliwood's just kind of all-around pretty good in everything. And he can get really, really RNG blessed, or really, really RNG screwed. He's one of those characters that really seems to be either awesome or really terrible, depending on how lucky you get. So Marcus. Marcus has 65% HP, 30% strength, 50% speed, 25% luck, 30% defense... 30% luck, 15% defense, 35% resistance. I got distracted by this little scene over here. Look, Dorcas, can you believe it? It's just like that knight said. That's Lord Eliwood. So it seems. What's he doing? Hey, he's talking to he's taking on those bandits. Protecting innocents, that's a right lordly thing to do, isn't it? Right, Dorcas? You talk too much. The lordling needs our help. Right. Leave these mountain weaklings to me. I'm Bartre the Brave. His name is not Bartre. It looks like Bartre, but it's Bartre. And I know this because in the Japanese, his name is written as Bartoru. So, I don't know why they decided to Romanize it like that. It's just weird stuff. But anyway, we got Dorcas back. As you can see, he has the exact same level, experience. Everything from Lyn's mode carries over. I'll talk about Bartre in a second here. But first, Lowen, or Marcus. I wanted to talk more about him. Because Marcus is a pre-promoted unit. As you can see, he's Paladin. And he is... Who do I want to have him take out? I think I want to have him take out this guy, actually. Okay, yeah. He'll pretty much, like take out all these guys in one shot here. Like, he'll just mercilessly destroy everything. But as you can see, he gets, no experience for it. Because the other thing about hard mode is that you will get less experience. And you need to be careful, just watch out. So Dorcas comes with an energy ring. I don't believe he comes with this energy ring if you're playing in Hector's mode. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to use it because I'm going to try for ranked run nonsense. But anyway, Rebecca. So Rebecca is a much better archer than Will. She has 60% HP, 40% strength, 50% skill, 60% speed, 50% luck, 15% defense, and 30% resistance. The problem with Rebecca is that she's at a very low level. So if you're playing Hector's hard mode, she's kind of hard to to utilize as a result. If that makes any sense. Alright, so that was a good hit, Dorcas. Good hit. Dorcas comes with a steel axe. Bartre comes with a hand axe and an iron axe. I kind of don't want to save the village in this turn. This is the guy, by the way, that I was mentioning that you need to have to level 5 promoted. The problem with Bartre, whose stats, by the way, 85% HP, 50% strength, 35% skill, 40% speed, 30% luck, 30% defense, 25% resistance. He is a much, 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 much better fighter than Dorcas is. The problem with Bartre is that his base stats suck. He has 3 speed, so he can't even double enemies that have 0 attack speed. That is how much Bartre is terrible. He is just so bad, it's not even funny. He's so bad to start, it's not even funny. And unfortunately, that bandit... Well, how am I going to go about this? Gosh, I'm already facing tactical blunders. I really hope that this hits. Okay, that was really good. I kind of got lucky there. The last character I need to talk about is Lowen, who I'm actually going to have to kill that archer. Lowen is a much different build than Sane and Kent. Lowen has 90% HP, highest HP growth we've seen so far. 30% strength, 30% skill, 30% speed, 50% luck, 40% defense, and 30% resistance. Lowen is basically a tank on a horse, and that can actually be a really good thing. Lowen is not bad at all, especially if you pair him with the right supports. And the good thing about Lowen, like what saves him, is that he can support Rebecca, who has a fire affinity, and Lowen also has a fire affinity. And fire affinity will give you attack and hit, which are two things that Lowen really needs. And Rebecca can like benefit from that too. So it's a really good support pair. It happens relatively early on, and it's definitely worth it. So I can talk a little bit about supports too. Basically, the different affinities that units will have. Like, not every unit can support every other unit. Like, every character in this game has between 3 and 7 units that they can support. Most have 5, but the big, like, number, I guess, is between 3 and 7. Is Lord Elbert well? We've heard nothing but foul rumors hereabouts. All of Frey is worried for his well-being. We hear tell that Lord Eliwood is going to find the Marquess. This dragon shield is our village treasure. It boosts the defenses of the one who uses it. Take it, please, and may it see you and Lord Elbert home safely. Okay, I think I remembered what it was now. Because you get the dragon shield in Eliwood mode, but not in Hector mode, and Dorcas has the energy ring no matter what. Pretty sure that's what it was. Supports are all about affinity, basically. And some affinities are really good, and some affinities are really poopy. And you ideally want to have units paired with the good affinities. But like, so there's like a set number of characters that each unit can support. Like Dorcas can support 5, Bartre can support 5, Lowen can support 5. I think Rebecca can support 7 people, actually. All 3 lords can support 7 people. And the bonuses that you get, like when you get the support up, let me actually like play the game, you know? But I want to use Dorcas to soften this guy up. And then hopefully, because I want to avoid using Marcus as much as I possibly can, because otherwise he's just going to eat up experience. But, like, you kind of really have to budget your units and how you use them. So you do be careful. Ah, man, I really wish Rebecca could take that guy out. Because I'd really like her to get the experience. Alright, Lowen, take him out. So this is going really well so far, actually. But yeah, so, like, fire is a good affinity. It'll give you attack and hit, and I think critical, too. It'll give you bonuses to critical. Fire is a good affinity, anima is a good affinity, thunder is a good affinity. Those are really, like, the 3 affinities that you really want. Anima gives you attack and defense, but not really anything else. Each affinity gives you a set amount of things, and I can do more research and talk about this in a little more detail later. Do I want Eliwood? Because the other thing is that Eliwood needs experience too. Eliwood's rapier, by the way, is basically the same as Lynn's Manicotti, except not as good because it has a smaller crit bonus, and I think it's not quite as strong. But it'll give you an effective bonus against Cavaliers and like Knights and stuff like that. So it's basically this. It's very similar. I'm probably not really going to use Bartre. But I can, like, early game, I can use him to just, like, get a little bit extra damage out there. Okay. Actually, I probably should have killed that guy with Lowen now that I think about it. Yeah, so Eliwood has a really good affinity. He's an anima affinity. Hector has the thunder affinity. Affinities that you want to avoid, ice. Ice is a really fucking bad affinity. Wind is also a really bad affinity. Lynn is the wind affinity. Wind seems to be a very common affinity, by the way, which is unfortunate because it's not very good. But Bartre is a thunder affinity, which is, according to this game universe, what I am myself. The thunder affinity will give you some good bonuses as well. I actually want to keep Lowen next to Rebecca because that's how you build support. Basically, when you get a certain amount of points, you will, that's what I want to do. I'll draw out that bandit with Dorcas and then finish him off with other units. Once you build up a certain amount of points, then you... Damn it, Dorcas. Come on. I trusted you! I placed my faith in you! The other nice thing... But yeah, so, like units will start out with a certain number of points if they know each other, and then each turn that they, like, spend next to each other, that they, like, end their turn together, they'll go up, like they'll gain a certain amount of points. Sometimes it's only 1 point, in which case the supports take forever. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. Some of them even have 4 or 5. Eliwood X Ninian has 5 points per turn. God fucking damn it, Dorcas! Hit that motherfucker! Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's see what I can do about this. Bartre. I'm trying to... I'm almost thinking that the best option would be to use Bartre, actually. Hit him with that guy, and then finish him off with, like, Rebecca. And then I'll have, like, Lowen in front. And I can kind of draw out this bandit with Eliwood in the bottom. And I'll keep Marcus on hand just in case things get hairy. But Eliwood, like Eliwood Hector is a really fast support, and you get the C rank with Eliwood and Hector basically immediately. Which is good, because Hector is Thunder Affinity and Eliwood is Anima, and that's a good pair of supports, because it gives lots of defense. Thunder is a very defensive affinity. It gives you evade and defense. So, like, you can get hit and, like, defense. You can get hit and avoid, and critical avoid, and attack and defense, basically. Those are your options. Alright, so Bartre's taking some hits, so I'm just gonna, like, bring him to the back and to retire him. Basically, that was kind of all I really wanted the fighters for, just to, like, soften them up. Soften up other units so that, like, Rebecca and Lowen can kill them. Rebecca's probably the character that's most important to get level ups early on, because her base stats are really crappy, and that was a really bad level up, so that's unfortunate. I am going to have to be a little bit flexible, just in case things go south. There are also not a lot of vulneraries here. Eliwood has one, Rebecca has one, and that's it. So you gotta be careful. Now let's see here. I'll set you over there. You can recover HP with the fortresses, though, so that's something to be aware of. But, oh, yeah, the archer. That archer, though. I might use... Lowen could probably get rid of the archer. Like, one round of the archer. Now, if you're playing in normal mode, these guys have, like, less HP. They're basically just all less shitty, I guess, is one way to put it. Okay, yeah, this is good. Wait, does this guy have a hand axe? No, he has an iron axe. Okay, that's perfect then. So I can finish that guy, unless I can finish this guy with Eliwood. Oh, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do then. Yeah, I'll kill this guy with Eliwood. And then I'll kill the other guy with Lowen. Except I'll probably have to hit him with Rebecca first, and then finish him off with Lowen. So that's okay. Alright, Eliwood. No, I don't... 2 level ups in a row of the 3 most useless stats in this game. HP, skill, and luck on Rebecca, and then HP, skill, and luck on Eliwood. Things aren't looking so well for little Harpo. Alright. So we'll just have Lowen finish this guy off. Now, you can also grind for supports in this game, but I'm not going to do that because it would make the LP really fucking boring. Well, at least Lowen got a point of defense to go with that shitty skill and luck, and Lowen, in all honesty, actually kind of needs the skill, because he has hit problems. Unless you're, You know what? I could probably, like, just have these guys go together, have a bro relationship, because these guys can support each other, too. And, like, Fire and Thunder itself isn't that great of a combination, because you're only going to get half of the bonuses of each of those. Like, ideally, you want, like, double Thunder, or, like, double Anima, or, like, something like that. But this is okay, too, so... Alright, Eliwood. These are the 3 that I kind of really want to focus on for the moment, before we get our magic users back and start tearing shit up that way. Okay. I'm probably going to have Eliwood take down the boss, I'm thinking. Or I might have Lowen do it, actually. I don't know. I'm just kind of playing this by ear. I don't actually know what I'm doing in this game. Are you kidding me? I'll probably start weakening him with Eliwood and then finish him off with Lowen. Because I can also take pot shots at him with Rebecca and still have the support level, like, increase. So if Eliwood gets hit there, I'd be really sad. And that's not a good thing. So we'll just wait over there. What is this, a pack of children coming to play? You think you could challenge me? What? Furian Knights? But that's impossible. Yeah, you thought they were all gone, but guess what, bitch? I'm here, and to take you out. This is gonna be rad. Alright. Yeah, because this guy doesn't have a hand axe or anything, and most bosses that are on gates do have ranged weapons, like javelins or shit like that, so you do have to be a little bit careful. Alright, missed with a 70%. That's not very good. Now what I'm going to do is attack this guy with Eliwood. And if Eliwood gets hit, I'll rest... Okay, so I'll basically just drag Eliwood out with Marcus. And then stick Lowen in instead. Because that's another good tactic that you can use. Oh yeah, so this is good. This is more than fine. Because on the next turn, he'll get 2 HP, and then Lowen will attack him, and then Lowen will kill him. Which is fine. I'm totally okay with Lowen killing this guy. Because Eliwood Hard Mode is not nearly as terrible as Hector Hard Mode is in terms of, like, having to plan out experience and whatnot. So this actually went pretty well. Ugh, I thought my luck was finally turning around. But what is unfortunate is I'm going to waste a turn because I didn't... Like, Eliwood, you can't drop him and then seize the gate at the same turn. Okay, so point of speed, that's good. Speed for Lowen is a good thing. Speed for Lowen is a very, very good thing. Alright, so we'll drop Eliwood, and then we gotta wait. End the turn. You wait, get Bartre some more HP back. Bartre is actually another character that's in both games. In this game, he's passable, but in Fire Emblem 6, he was fucking awful. He was a pre-promoted unit, and pretty much the only point for his existence was to give you the Brave Axe. You also don't even get him on every run, because he shows up in one of those, like, alternate route type deals. So, yeah. Eliwood can also support Lowen, by the way, but Eliwood has people that are, like, better support options for him, like Hector. Anyone that gives him defense is better, unless he really has strength problems, which is possible, because anything can happen with Eliwood. I like using him, though, because he's so variable. Ah, you would be Lord Eliwood, yes? Our deepest thanks for coming to the aid of our fair village. Think nothing of it. It's the Lord's duty to protect the citizenry. Would that were true, my lord. The good folk of Laos know no such protection. Their Marquess, Lord Darin, is too busy preparing for war. You know, if you want peace, prepare for war. He ignores all complaints of bandits and thieves. Preparing for war, are you sure? I would not lie, my lord. My brother lived in Laos until a few days ago. His home was torched, and he had no choice but to flee here. According to him, Laos could go to war any day now. It's all the people of Laos are talking about. Lord Eliwood, if this is true, the situation is a grave one. If Marquess Laos is readying for war, his target is most likely another Lycian territory. Perhaps this is connected to Lord Elbert's disappearance. My father and Marquess Laos. It seems a tenuous connection, but it's as good a start as any. Let us travel to Laos. We must learn more. Alright, so we'll just run away. Thank you for your guidance, Edward. Where are you bound for next? If you have no destination in mind, perhaps you could travel with us. Ours is a small group with a single purpose, to find my father. I do not know where our road will lead, but we would be stronger with you in our company. You will travel with us? Splendid! Thank you! I pray we give you no cause to regret your decision. Alright, so we're gonna go with Eliwood, hang out with him, we're gonna have a bro fest. And Rebecca's gonna come with us too. Rebecca, where do you think you're going, young lady? Father, I intend to accompany Lord Eliwood. Don't be ridiculous, girl. You're only 15 years old. By the way, Rebecca really is only 15 years old. She says so in a support conversation with another character. Lord Eliwood is not going on a picnic. He's riding into danger. I know that, Father. That's why I want to go. We owe him our lives, and I want to repay him. My bow may not be all that much, but I know I can be of service. And Father, I may meet up with my brother somewhere. You're the magistrate. You have responsibilities. This is all I can offer. I need to do this. Please, Father, let me go. Dear me, you're just as stubborn as your mother was. I'm sorry, Father. You must bow to Lord Eliwood's wishes on this matter. If he consents, you may go. Thank you, Father. Lord Eliwood has always been kind to us. Follow his son with a true heart, Rebecca. Serve Lord Eliwood well, as I have served his father. I will, Father. So Rebecca comes with us. And she said something about a missing brother. And interestingly enough, we may come across that missing brother, and you may not even realize it, but I'll talk about that more later. Anyway, next time on Let's Play Fire Emblem, we're going to do Chapter 12. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I will see you next time. Bye.